Hello everyone. It's been a while, but we'll skip over that and get right to content. I decided to bring the birds with me today to make what was undoubtedly going to be a brief but fairly sobering video, unless you point and laugh at me, in which case I don't care. There's a video linked below, a news article from a religious organization about a miracle, which gives me pause and which makes me, to be quite honest, makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up on end. Please go watch it now. It's very brief. I will wait until you come back. Considering hopefully you hit pause, I'll go on. Yes, that is literally true. The child was born without most of the equipment that makes up a human mind, or carries the potential for a human mind, or whatever, depending upon how you look at it. And much like Terry Schiavo, the eyes track changes in light. There are little movements, but nobody's home. And I do not begrudge these people the decision to have this child, or to care for this child for 2 years. However, the message that the piece is putting out was essentially that every child is a miracle, especially the ones that apparently should not even be living, and apparently especially the ones which and this will be something that will piss off a lot of people, but especially something which is essentially a living doll, which you can project your desires and thoughts and feelings and intentions on without any quandary. And I'm not saying that these parents did that. I am simply saying that I am very definitely saying that if someone believes that a woman who is pregnant, who were to see this video, and who has just come home from the doctor who has told her, okay, your child is born without a forebrain, or your child is forming inside you without a forebrain, and then she looks at this video and sees what can happen and then goes, I don't want that. The fact that there are people who are willing to do that, who are willing to say that they are right in each and every case, even in cases as extreme as this one, and just blows my mind. I mean, when they are willing to jeopardize the health and safety of the mother, or when they are willing to say that no, even in cases of rape or incest, the child should be born, I will concede the very, very small comparative point that at least they are talking about a potential human being. I still come down in favor of the mother, but at least in those cases they are talking about a human being. But in cases like this, This child is a child in shape only. If you look at the skull, that the second, when they're 2 years old, the skull is shrunken because there's nothing really inside beyond the basal brain and the brain stem and the cerebellum, I assume, to support this, to provide outward pressure on the skull. I mean, I have called a lot of you brainless, but this is the real thing. And those of you who are against abortion to the point where this baby is deserving of that protection, because this was identified during the pregnancy, and I'm having trouble speaking because it just blows my mind. Are there any of you out there who believe that if the mother had wanted to abort this child, this should not be allowed by law? Are there any of you? I would dearly love to hear you try and justify this. Maybe one of you will come forward with a good argument. I mean, that would be impressive, and that would be educational. But I am horrified. And given the fact that Senator DeMint is now talking about talking about abortion over the internet or video conferencing, so as to prevent women in states where abortion is not legal from reaching medical help outside that state, I really believe this is where I strongly suspect that this is the end game. That, the Monty Python's every sperm is sacred is not far from the truth as far as how these people think. Not literally, but, Tell me what you think. Because this blows my mind. Thank you for your time and attention.